Good morning, everyone. It's Katrine with Blend Precisely and AI Grim. I wanted to show you today how I would go and research a new recipe I would before I buy any of the essential oils, so I can be sure that I'm creating something that has scientific background. As you know, we have the 6.0 release going on right now, and we have created already quite a bit of information last week for you. This week I want to focus more on use cases, and as you know, we have the essential oil database here. Blend Precisely has 120 oils in here. You can scroll them, you can search for them, you can see the price per drop, and also when you go in you have all kinds of information in here, including the research data. You will also find the GCMS reports, and you can also print your own data sheets now with all of the information in here in case you do classes or anything like that. Today, if I would want to, for example, create a recipe, what I normally do is that if I have a recipe in here, perfect, I take it and then I'll use it in my own database. But if I'm looking for something new, let's say, for example, aromatics, recipes, and then I go to usage. Let's do a mosquito one today, bug repellent. Let's just go to the first one here, the bug away spray. I normally not the spray so much because you have to do it quite often, but let's just go for it. If you were to buy all of these ingredients right now you need in this recipe, you can put them all into your cart. It would cost you $131.40. Now, before I spend this money, I do want to know, are these products going to really help me with my bug repellent in this case? What I would do let's just take, for example, patchouli or catnip. I would take those information, open them in a new document, for example, a new tab, and let's just take those three. I can show you. Here we go. And then each of those ones has actually product properties and then also therapeutic aromatic information. So what I would do, for example, right now is I'm going to take patchouli and I'm going to come over to my AI Grim tool and actually go to the essential oil therapeutic claims verifier. I'm going to put in those, that's patchouli. And then I'm going to come back and put in the Latin name. And I'm going to send it through this research tool if all of these ones are actually correct. Because I want to make sure that I'm buying something that truly works. And I'm going to click Generate. We are going to use Claude in this case. And we soon have Perplexity in here as well. And then once this one has been click the generate button, it comes back with your information. So as we could see here, it says analgesic, antispasmodic, antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, antidepressant, and CNS sedative. Let me just go in here. This research tool here gives you the traditionally confirmed, and then also sometimes if it's not found, then not found. And we can, the properties we put into our system, and then it takes it one by one. For example, analgesic, traditionally confirmed, traditional use in Asian folk medicine for pain relief. Documented, limited modern studies suggest potential analgesic activity through patchouli, alcohol, and other sesquiterpenes, but controlled human trials are lacking. This, in this case, has not been confirmed necessarily by any human trials. You can try to search it yourself, and I will give you here the research direction. For example, you can go to PubMed and then put in the Latin name plus analgesic or patchouli alcohol pain relief or something like this. And then in addition, we can see traditionally confirmed one more time. Some in vitro studies suggested smooth muscle relaxant properties, but clinical validation is limited, which it is often, unfortunately, still with essential oils. Multiple in vitro studies demonstrate significant and antibacterial activity against gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria, patchouli, alcohol, and progestol identified as key antimicrobial compounds with MIC values comparable to standard antibiotics. In this case, multiple antimicrobial journals document antibacterial efficacy. Again, you can go to PubMed and try to put these search terms in to find them. And then it goes on for every single mentioned property on patchouli in here. And this one will give you then a little bit of an overview, is how much do you really want to spend time on it, using or researching it. Because if I go back to the recipe right now and it's part with 15 drops, I would then, for example, say, is this one working in a bug spray? You can even comment this one here. Would this one be advisable to use in bug spray? And then we can see this. But you can then do the same thing for catnip and also citronella. We can do that in a moment. So here's the assessment. Insect repellent efficacy is limited and weak. Patchouli has minimal documented insect repellent properties compared to proven botanical repellents. No significant research demonstrates effectiveness. If I know this, for example, I would go back and actually research a little bit more patchouli, and I would also probably question why patchouli is in here in a quite high amount. Or you can see and look at these ones to replace patchouli. With citronella we have catnip, but peppermint or lemon eucalyptus. The next thing you can do is then take, for example, catnip and or citronella, but we can see already that it is coming up. Let's just do this one. We're going to say citronella. Come back over here. Put this one in. And this way you can make your decisions before you start purchasing oils, if it all makes sense to you, and if the studies would support whatever claims are being made online. And let's see what citronella comes out with. This one is based on the entire essential oil, and again we have inside of Blend Precisely that we have studies that show you specific to the constituents. So you might want to check what kind of constituents are in here in each of these ones. If you go, for example, to the GCMS data, you view the reports, and then you can also go and search by constituent. This one is super high in this alpha beta nepetalestone, whatever that's pronounced, however it is pronounced. So let's look at citronella. Scientific validation of botanical therapeutic claims. Citronella, that was the correct Latin name, right? Yep. So here we have traditionally confirmed, not directly confirmed, and confirmed. So these three will be visible to you. It's either not directly confirmed, traditionally confirmed, or confirmed. And confirmed is by some great studies. Extensive research confirms potent insecticidal, I'm not so good with these names, and repellent activity against mosquitoes, flies, and other arthropods, my goodness, are well documented advice compounds with established mechanism. So multiple entomology and pest control journals, and then you can take this one and take it to PubMed and see if that's true. Put this one in, search, and see if you can find anything. Or you can come back and choose the second one here. So this one gives you just a short overview. Here we go. Potential of citronella essential oil, a review. And mosquito-borne diseases, and then you can go through this entire report if you fancy it. So let's see. This one is definitely giving a few more details about confirmed studies, but also this one is not confirmed, and it shows up here inside of Citronella. Let me just see. It's over here, astringent, and this one is not confirmed. I always would love to know where the data is coming from. So it purifies. So this is one more thing you could do. You can then ask, are these statements to be confirmed? And then you can go in here and double check. Evidence review results. Clean your home with Citronella Java to reduce germs and other microbes. This one is confirmed because it's antimicrobial. Take Citronella when you're hiking, also confirmed. And this one here is traditionally confirmed. So it's limited animal studies, suggested anti-inflammatory and mild analgesic effect, and so on. So again, do your own research. Strongest scientific support is the bug repellent claim, extensively validated, moderate support, and then weakest support is the soreness and relief, which will confirm also what we saw before. And then do this. So that's basically it. This is how I would start doing the claim verifier before I even purchase the oils or create a blend, because we know they are precious. And then if you need to do case studies, I would even go through each of these claims before I start any kind of case study ideas or even write them or do my research papers. I hope this one is helpful. Again, this combination of AI Grim and Blend Precisely is going on until the end of the week, and you will be able to get 45% off by combining these two tools. And I will send you the link in our email as well. Talk to you soon. Thank you.